The finalists for the National Debate Competition came together earlier this week and were taking on a series of visits throughout the capital city. Let's take a moment to view some shots of their tour.
It is a very exciting week this week. Coronation College are here in Port Moresby to meet Kwikkila Secondary in a national debate competition, and it's open to the public. Please feel free to come because this is a way of developing the young children to take a lead in their leading role in career path as well. So we're looking forward to the IBS national debate competition. One more.
This is a new experience that you guys meet each other 4 days ahead, and then you are going to visit few places and experience things together, and then come on Friday you come over here and bash it out. That who is the best. So wish you good luck and enjoy your stay. And if anything you need, Barney is over there, and of course Esvin is here, and some other people also over here. And you are going to stay at 11 Mile, our proposed IBS campus site. So probably that will give you a new experience, very quiet.
I'm not saying anything. Not saying anything. Very enjoyable. Parliament House, the great, the best. Decision making of country of Papua New Guinea. Just went into the chamber, visited, and had an enjoyable time visiting the Chamber of Parliament.
Yeah, I'm enjoying myself. Yesterday was fun. Today is even more fun. I learned a lot of things in there, so
I'm enjoying it really, because I haven't been to this place. Actually, I've taken this such a privilege to me to visit the nations, the place where they make decisions of the nation.
Oh, this is pretty cool, man. Seriously, it's really nice. My first time, so I'm really excited being here. Yesterday, the museum, oh my goodness. It was really nice catching up with history, seeing all those old artifacts.
This House of Parliament is extremely unique in the world. That's what the gentleman, the tour guide said. And I tell you that is true. So impressive that the carvings and the designs are signifying, saying that Papua New Guinea is a mixture of cultures, more than 800 languages.
I think for the sake of the Kwikkila gentleman, are you joining? Any questions?
Yes, feeling confident. I think I can do it along with my team members. We all can do it.
I'm very well prepared because my teachers have helped me and my patrons, and the support in the school has been a lot. And when I came here and I saw them, I figured they look just like my classmates and some of my friends back at school. And although I was intimidated at first because I never saw them, when I came here, everything changed. So I feel really good. I feel okay.
We're very confident. We're sure we're going to take the shield back tomorrow.
Yes, I'm confident because despite of all the things that when we are outstation, we don't have access to media and all this, but we have that confidence that, and I also have confidence that we are going to do better this time.
Well, coming from Leh, we're pretty confident because we've taken out the trophy in Leh and we went through a lot. So, and for this upcoming debate, we're pretty confident. We've been preparing for a while. We've done extensive research into the whole public-private partnership. So yeah, we're pretty confident. Hopefully, we'll win out. All of us are all psyched up, ready for Friday.
Our official program begins with a welcome speech, and I would like to call upon our director, Mr. Mick Nades, to have the honor of welcoming our guests.
It is really. Thank you, Hilai. Let me welcome our Governor, NCDC, Honorable Powers Parkov. It's good to have you, sir, over here. And also I recognize that Dr. Philip Sieguru, the Vice Chancellor of University of Natural Resources and Environment. Thank you for being with us. And more importantly, the participants over here on my right. You have had a wonderful 4 days, 3 or 4 days, and I am sure that you are looking forward to this battle. You know, I'm sure that you will enjoy. And we got 6 judges. I think previously we had 3 judges. It looks to me that the judges are increased in number. Maybe they are going to have a difficult time if they were only 3. I think probably they must have increased to 6. So that probably endorsing your talent in debating, I hope so. Students from the other schools, parents, teachers, it's a wonderful opportunity to witness the first ever national school debate competition between Morobe Province Coronation College of Lay as well as the Kwikkila. Probably someone would have thought that they are out back over here in Central Province. You have done very well, guys. I am sure all of you will join me to assert that this is a very exciting day for us, all of us. 24 schools participated, 18 of them in NCDC and Central, and 6 schools from Leh. And 2 finalists are here to compete out. And we cannot wait until they start the debate. IBS has many dreams, like running a school debate competition over the years. We have a dream. The foremost one is that creating a world-class educational research and training institution in Papua New Guinea with international partnership. As you all know that we are going ahead with that. And last Thursday in this hall, we launched the IBS Journal of Business and Research, and there's a write-up in today's national paper weekend section. It's a good write-up done by one of our people, from University of Papua New Guinea. It's great to read that one. And I encourage you guys to get a copy and read about it also. School debate competition, I think, originated from our Students Enhancement Experiencing Day. A couple of years ago, Vani Davis, the Manager Innovation and Development, she came up with the idea of inviting school students to come and interact with our students. And that was the birth of school debate competition last year. Last year was very successful, and this year even better. Next year is going to be even bigger. IBS also, for your information, started conducting maths competition for the grade 10 school leavers. It is our plan this year to run not only grade 10 as well as grade 12 maths competition in order to elevate the standard of the students. IBS Center of Excellence, some of you know, mainly the corporate bodies, created for leadership and management, and we have got real support from various business houses, including statutory organizations, to develop leadership and management in Papua New Guinea. Now this competition, IBS debate competition, what sort of impacts it's actually giving us? Mainly the young generation whom we are trying to actually develop. Developing leaders for tomorrow, that's the theme of the IBS debate competition. And we have witnessed, I watch every Tuesday and Sunday the Kundu 2 TV, and I get really goosebumps actually listening to them. In fact, actually, when this one played over here, their experience over the last 4 days, although I couldn't see seated at the side, and I was actually chatting with the governor that how exciting for these 12 students to visit various icons of our country and experience it together and come over here and fight it out. This is an excellent, experience. You cannot really get it anywhere else. Not only that, developing their eloquency or public speaking, in this case is public debating. The more we see the people over here, our students, the better they bring out their talents. It is very pleasing and heart fulfilling. This debate competition, because the themes were given to them at various stages of the competition, the students, with the support of the teachers, they had to do a lot of research. So we are developing the research mentality of our students as well in order to participate in the school debate competition. More importantly, we have seen and heard the inter-school fights here as well as in Leh and also in other provinces. And this is an ideal mechanism or vehicle to actually destroy that kind of attitude and bring in a relationship between the schools which are participating in this competition. And as you all would vouch, and it's pleasing to see that the students from the various schools participate in the NCDC Central competition over here, and I'm sure that they will vouch for that, this debate competition really bring us together. And more importantly, this has, as we have seen on the TV, the two schools, the Coronation College from Leh, as well as the Kwikkila schools, I think probably none of them visited the Parliament House or museum or other places they visited. And this is exciting, as you have probably witnessed on the TV. These are the great impacts, actually, the school debate competition brings in our young minds. This debate is not possible without our presenting partners, Kundu 2 TV and NBC, and they have been right beside us. And in this venture, I think we really appreciate their support, and we are expected to receive the Deputy Managing Director of NBC, Kundu 2 TV over here. I think probably he may be still on the way, and we would very much actually welcome him over here too. And also, I'd like to take this opportunity to acknowledge the sponsorship from our national flag carrier, the Air Niugini, transporting people from Leh to here, and also transporting people from Port Moresby to Leh, that is IBS crew as well as the Kundu NBC crew. Our city obviously has come forward through the kindness of our governor. As we all know that the governor making a great impact in the city since he has become a governor, and probably I am sure that he will probably confer with me that this is probably the best investment you have made in developing our natural young talents. Vision 2050 also wanted to be partners, and we have John Sama seated over here as one of the judges, and Mr. Sukivanam, unable to attend today. They made a promise that they will fund this school debate competition not only this year, in the years to come. And I am sure that they acknowledged it, that this school debate competition brought the Vision 2050 to our students, younger populations. And most of the themes are actually, we got it from them, their office. And also, I like to acknowledge the support from various other organizations. In various ways, they have supported this school competition to be successful. Special appreciation for all schools participated and the students. And I'm sure that Vani had tireless meetings with all the teachers over the months, ironing out how it should be run, because we want to run this debate competition in partnership with the school. We want to really make them to own this school debate competition, and we want to play as the sort of one who drives this school debate competition. And thank you, teachers and the students, for participating in our school debate competition, and make the school debate competition is the talk of the household in everywhere in Papua New Guinea. Year 2011 is going to be even bigger, as I mentioned to you that when our crew visited Enga Education Expo, the Enga provincial schools, they wanted to come next year. And we would likely to have more than 5 provinces participating next year. So that's going to be really challenging for the present competitors in the finals. We wish both schools the best of luck. At the end, only one had to win. That doesn't mean that, they are the only winners, but we all are winners. In fact, 24 schools who participated in IBS school debate competition, you all are really winners. And I am sure that your fellow students and the teachers as well as your parents would vouch that for that. With that, actually, thank you for listening. Enjoy the debate soon after the speeches.
Thank you, Mr. Nades. Welcome to the first ever IBS National Debate Competition, right here at IBS 6 Mile in Port Moresby. The inaugural IBS National Debate Competition marks another exciting page in the history of IBS. The theme for the debate competition, Developing Young Leaders for Our Nation, truly emphasizes the motivation behind having this competition. Hi, my name is Hela Henny, and I will be your Master of Ceremony today. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the national anthem, which will be sung by the Sing Sing tribe, and after that, we will have the national pledge.
Oh, arise, all ye sons of this land. Let us sing of our joy to be free, praising God and rejoicing to be Papua New Guinea. Shout our names from the mountains to seas. Papua New Guinea. Let us raise our voices and proclaim Papua New Guinea.
Now give thanks to the good Lord above, for his kindness, his wisdom and love, for this land of our fathers so free, Papua New Guinea. Shout again for the whole world to hear, Papua New Guinea. We're independent and we're free, Papua New Guinea.
Okay, now for the national pledge, I'd kindly ask you all to raise your right hands up and say the national pledge after 3. 1, 2, 3. We the people of Papua New Guinea
pledge ourselves in one nation. We pay homage to our cultural heritage,
the source of our strength. We pledge to build a democratic society based on justice, equality, respect, and prosperity for our people. We pledge to stand together as one people, one nation, one country. God bless Papua New Guinea. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, he is a busy man, however has generously made time for this event, and it gives me great pleasure in requesting the Governor for NCD, Honourable Paus Pakop, to officially open the 2010 National Debate Competition.
Thank you, Mistress of Ceremony. And also good morning to all our audience around the country via Kundutu. I'm very happy and pleased to be here to open and officiate in its second year of our inter-school debate competition, sponsored of course by IBS. So let me acknowledge and thank Mr. Mick Nadis, our director of IBS, all your management and staff for the wonderful concept that you have put together, second year in running. But it's getting bigger and better all the time, and from what we hear now, it's going to be bigger next year. So congratulations to you and your staff, and of course to all the participating schools. Let me also congratulate all the participating schools here in NCD, in the Central Province, and of course in Morobe Province. As the governor of our city, I'm a bit disappointed that St. Joseph or maybe De La Salle Bomana or one of our schools here are not in the final, but I think hearing and listening to the debaters from the two finalists, Kwikkila Secondary School and Coronation College in Ley, I think they are worthy finalists. Please give them a big hand. Let me acknowledge also the adjudicators. You have a big task. I can see, and as I said, the two finalists, they are going to give us a good show today, and I wish you all the best too. Let me also thank our station, Kundutu, for bringing in Mr. Sindra and your staff. Your CEO or deputy is not here yet, but let me acknowledge you being the front man of the debate, bringing the show around the nation. I think it's also good for the students, the participating teams, that they are telecast around the nation, so it builds their confidence as well, get them to be popular too. But NCDC, last year we supported this initiative more like morally, supporting it than financially. I was here last year also to launch the debate competition. But this year we are supporting this debate competition financially, because we see the value of this competition to the participating schools and to the participating students. And this year, we have made a commitment of 15,000. Mr. Nadis, it's late in coming, but I've got the check here with me before I step down and do the formalities of opening our competition and the final today. I'll hand you the check for sure. But let me say this. Let me say this, NCDC and myself as our governor, we support this great concept, the inter-school debate competition, with the theme developing young leaders of our nation for tomorrow, because we support that theme. We think it is a very good theme, and it's a worthy theme to use this concept, the debate competition, to promote the development of young leaders for our nation. I say this because, as you all know, the participating schools and the finalists, the debate competition develop this type of characters that we want to see in leaders at all levels in our country. Skills such as research skills, which Mr. Nares has spoken before about. Presentation skills, speaking and debating skills. It develops their confidence. It develops their creativeness. It develops teamwork among the debating teams. It also develops respect in the opponents. You have to respect your opponents, the opposing school. Don't take them for granted, because they might outdo you. And maybe the city schools, you probably assume that you are in the city and you'll always be top. And now we have a school from Kwikkila, no longer an outback school. It is now one of our prime schools in the limelight. Big hand to our school from Kwikkila Secondary School. And of course, the debating competition also promotes leadership skill. This is why we are supporting it. Good research, as you all know, can result in good academic result and therefore good academic excellence. Good presentation, speaking, confidence, and debating skills are good attributes that you'll require as a person in your life, but most importantly, as a leader anywhere in our country. Whether you are in political leadership, in management of a bureaucracy or state agency, or in a corporate entity, you need those type of attributes in order to get your work done. So it is good that we are developing this type of skills at an early age. What you'll also gain from these skills to participate in schools, and all those students who are in the teams will definitely shape you into the future. And I can vouch for this because in my time, when I was in high school, I used to be in the debating team and in the grade 10 quiz, which NBC used to telecast all around the nation. And see how far it's taken me now. So those of you who are participating, I'm sure that this event, this competition will shape you into the future. Some of you will become outstanding leaders in the private sector and in the bureaucracy. Some of you will definitely take up leadership in various levels of our country, at the local level, at the local level government, provincial level government, and of course for me as our governor and member of parliament, I look forward to seeing some of you in the parliament as well. Some of you, from what we have seen on Kundutu, will definitely put some of us in parliament to shame, because you are better debaters, better presenters than I believe some of us in parliament. So, you should be proud of yourself. You all should be proud of yourself. So let me end by congratulating everybody, all the participating teams, especially our team from NCD. You all have not made it this year, but of course there's always next year, so better luck next year. The two teams that are in the final today, Kwikkila Secondary School and Coronation College of Lay, you are worthy and deserve to be in the finals. I congratulate you. I wish you all the best for today, and we look forward to the debate. And I'm sure your friends and relatives and your peers in the schools are watching Kundutu as we speak, and they will be proud of you. So make us proud today. Make us proud, because whatever you do, whether you win or not, we'll always be proud of you today. And of course, all the best for next year. Thank you, everybody. And with those, I formally open the finals of our inter-school competition for this year. Thank you, everybody. Just so that everybody watching knows that it's for real. This is the check. And of course, we will be here again next year to support this wonderful initiative. Thank you.
Thank you, Honourable Governor. Before I welcome the next speaker on, I would just like to welcome Mr. Tipo, the Assistant Secretary of the Governor-General. Welcome. And also to Mr. Lavaki from the Department of Education. Ladies and gentlemen, our topics for the Port Moresby and Lay debate competitions were provided by the PNG Vision 2050 Centre, who have announced that the winners of the national debate competition will become the ambassadors of PNG Vision 2050. So please welcome Mr. John Sama to say a few words.
Thank you, Mistress of Ceremonies. I was supposed to be a judge, but my apologies, my bosses were not able to make it, so I've stood in for them. So, accept my apologies. NCDC Governor, Honorable Powes Pakop, Mr. Mick Nades, Director of IBS, Vice Chancellor of the University of Natural Resources and Environment, Professor Philip Shagru. Thank you for coming. You're one of those parents that's supporting Vision 2050 and also supporting this debate. Thank you for coming all the way from Rabaul. On behalf of the Department of Prime Minister and NEC and the PNG Vision 2050 Development Center, I wish to congratulate the students of Coronation International School and Kwikkila Secondary School for being the finalists in this debating competition. I would also like to thank IBS, my friend Nades and his hardworking staff, and Niugini, our national airline, and the NBC, our national broadcaster. I want to tell you, the students, that we will be working closely with NBC, which is our national broadcaster, to promote both Vision 2050 and your debating competition in the next few years. I would also like to acknowledge other sponsors for assisting IBS to come up with this debating series, and also, most importantly, to promote Vision 2050. As you all know from your debates, PNG Vision 2050 has 7 pillars. Pillar number 1 talks about human capital development, gender, youth, and people empowerment. And this is where you people come in. And I want to tell you young people, this vision is for you, it's not for me. It's for you because you are the ones that are going to run this country in future. So it's very important that you are participating in this debating competition. The aim of the vision is to produce citizens who are healthy, wealthy, wise, and happy. On this note, I would also like to say that in 40 years' time, as I mentioned earlier, all of you will be contributing meaningfully to this country's development. So that's why it is up to people like me and others here in the audience to help you make the dream come true. Because without a dream, we will perish. So I want to encourage you. You must be motivated and run with this dream. Let me quote you quotation from one of the famous late President of the United States of America, John Fitzgerald Kennedy. When I was in school, I was challenged by these very words from John F. Kennedy. John Kennedy said to the young people in America more than 40 years ago, he said, ask not what the country can do for you, but what you can do for the country. So that's your challenge, you students. Do something for Papua New Guinea. Finally, to conclude, I would like to say that I'm very happy that in the past few weeks, many of you who are not in the grand final today, but have gained a lot of leadership skills of teamwork, confidence, diplomacy, and of course research skills, as our governor has mentioned earlier. And these are very important for you as leaders of tomorrow in Papua New Guinea. I would also like to acknowledge the young students from Kwikkila High School. Now, Kwikkila is, those of you who don't know, who are from Leh, it's out there, Rigo Way, and it's a rural school, but let me congratulate you. You've done very well to get here to the final. Finally, to conclude, I would like to announce that we at Vision 2050 Center will continue to support future debating competitions in partnership with IBS and our broadcaster, the NBC, and of course the TV station, Kundu 2. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you, Mr. Sama. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd also like to welcome Dr. William Ako from the Office of Higher Education. Welcome. It would be improper not to give an opportunity to the person who birthed the idea of having a debate competition and then nurturing it to this level. Therefore, it gives me great pleasure to introduce Mrs. Vani Davis to say a few words. Round of applause, guys. This is the lady who birthed this idea.
Thank you, Helai. I'd like to take, take the floor, not the stage. Anyway, I think they have done the official part of the program, which is welcoming everybody else. It is with great pleasure to welcome everyone again. It's good to see the NCDC participating schools that are here today. It's great to see you here so you can be able to prepare for next year. So once again, welcome and thank you all for coming today to officially witness the first IBS National Debate Competition here in Port Moresby at IBS campus. Just a little bit of history on this one. IBS has embarked on this exciting mission to host the school debate competition in NCDC last year in 2009 September, which was officially launched by our good governor for NCD, Honorable Mr. Powis Pakop. He was here to officiate the first debate competition here. And with the theme of the debate competition is developing young leaders of our nation, and that's what we're aiming to do, and we hope to continue in the future as well. The aim of this competition is to develop young children to become role models and leaders of tomorrow. Further, it gives opportunity for schools to socialize through academic competition as such, to build and foster relationship with schools and individuals, and I'm sure it is happening, and it's great to see that. In 2009, we had 10 schools participating in the first competition we had. The response from the schools and students, parents, and corporate organization was overwhelming, and I think the parents and teachers and public were impressed by the performance of the school students telecasted nationwide by Kundu 2 TV. And the winner of the first competition we held in 2009 was St. Joseph's International College, and the runner-up was De La Salle Secondary. That was in 2009. And this year, 2010, the interest amongst NCD and central schools increased, and we are pleased to note that 18 schools took part in the debate competition in Port Moresby. And also, we have taken another step to extend it to Ley, which we have, Morobe Province, 6 schools participated, which was also officially launched by Governor for Morobe Province, Honorable Mr. Luther Wenge, and he promised to support a Ley debate competition in the future as well. So we're hoping to see that he support as well. And again, we have taken the debate competition to another level by taking this competition to the national level, which the champions of both provinces who are here today, Kwikkila Secondary of Central Province and Port Moresby, NCD, sorry, and Coronation College, Morobe Province, which are here today to debate the national champion competition. And I'm sure they are the pioneers of the first ever IBS National Debate School Competition, so let's give them a round of applause. Congratulations to the both schools, and we also have plans to extend this to other provinces next year, which is going to be another exciting mission as well. Secondary schools have been debating on the topics of Vision 2050, and we are overwhelmed by the performance and information that is disseminated by the young leaders through this debate competition. And I'm sure a lot of Papua New Guineans are not aware of the Vision 2050, and through the debate competition, the school children, teachers, and parents have taken interest to really know what the Vision 2050 is all about. A very good plan is written, and we would like to see results of the Vision 2050. And winner of today, who will be the ambassador of Vision 2050, we would like to see the young leaders be fully utilized to execute Vision 2050 plan, and we're looking forward to that as well. Now, through the debate competition, we have witnessed potentials and talents displayed by the young leaders. It is exciting to see them building confidence and courage to speak confidently on issues affecting the nation. And I'm sure that it has enhanced and developed their minds to think bigger in every decision you will make for the future. We would also encourage our leaders and planners to listen to the voice of the young leaders of tomorrow to help them also to make the right decision for future generation. The success of this debate competition is a team effort, and this is an opportunity for me to acknowledge those who have played an important role in this. I would like to take this time to acknowledge the heads of Department English teachers of Port Moresby and Ley, and they're here today, and some I think they're not here today. working in partnership together for the success of the IBS School Debate Competition. So I acknowledge their participation and partnership in this as well, because together, we can reach what we are looking forward to. And also take this time to acknowledge the support of our official sponsor, NCDC, Honorable Governor. We greatly appreciate your support, and it is overwhelming to see that our governor is supporting this initiative, and it is very good to see that. And also Niugini for the official sponsor of our FS, and we hope to see the relationship continue. And Vision 2050 Center, thank you very much also, and our support sponsors of courts for the National Debate Competition as well. And not the least, but our presenting partners, Kundu 2 and MBC, thank you for the support since the beginning. You have been doing a wonderful job in telecasting the debate competition, and it is very, very good to have you guys on board, and thank you very much. I would like to end with words of encouragement to the board schools today. No matter the results today, you must be proud of yourself, because it is an achievement as a young person. And you are all unique and have displayed potential to be someone in the future. Take this learning experience with you and never give up on your career. Always dream, believe, and achieve. I myself have actually enjoyed being with you all and hope you enjoy this week's activities. Wish you all the best for today. And from me to you, I'm proud of you all, and also to the other participants who have participated in the Lay and Port Moresby debate competition. I'm proud of you all, and we hope to see you participate in the next coming years. And thank you very much, and enjoy the rest of the day.
Thank you, Vani. Any competition, whether it be physical or non-physical, would always be difficult without an umpire, referee, or judge. And here to judge today's debate are Dr. Mark Solon of Institute of Business Studies, Mr. Hubert Kwikkila of Ragao Manua and Kwikkila Lawyers, Mr. John Iko of Complete Business Systems, Mr. John Summer of P&G Vision 2050, Dr. Musawe Sinabare of the National Research Institute, and also Mr. Peter Sindra of NBC. Our debate topic for today is Public-Private Partnership is the way forward for Papua New Guinea. Before we meet the finalists, let me quickly run through the rules of the debate competition. Each team comprises of 4 members and 2 reserves. The core members will only be replaced in the event that any of the core members is unfit due to circumstances beyond their control. The debate will be carried out in one round with a topic given for debating. The topic was given in advance for the schools to prepare concurrently. The draw has taken place whether our team is for or against the topic. The draw is done to avoid biasness, and teams have been informed of who is going for and against the topic. The first speaker to the third speaker get 5 minutes each, while the last speaker gets 10 minutes. Warning bell will be given on the 4th minute and the final time. Warning bell for all speakers must be given 1 minute before and the final time. Marks will be deducted if participants go beyond their final time. Strictly palm cards with short notes, no other form of notes are allowed. Marks will be deducted if any other forms of notes are cited. Participants must face the audience and strictly no personal attacks when rebutting. Participants must professionally and be diplomatic in arguing their case. Strictly no mention of bureaucrats' names while arguing your case. The scoring will be given by judges using the education sheet based on 3 areas: matter, method, and manner. Each individual gains scores for presentation and is given scores out of 115. The total score of individuals is tallied up to determine the winner. The judge's decision is final. Now let's meet the finalists for the 2010 National Debate Competition. Introducing the lay debate champions for 2010, Coronation College, debating as the affirmative team. First speaker for the affirmative team is Renee Siaguru. The second speaker for the affirmative team is Schneider Yasi. Third speaker is Anand Tikari. Fourth and final speaker for the affirmative team is Kelvin Kalate. And the reserve speakers are Fatai Malolo and Vanessa Natera. Please give them a round of applause. Introducing the Port Moresby debate champions for 2010, Kwikkila Secondary School, who will debate as the opposing team. The first speaker for Kwikkila Secondary, Joshua Kaile. Second speaker, Pokana Noairi. Third speaker, Russell Navuru. And the fourth and final speaker is Junior Luana Duri, and the reserve speaker is Yamo Oreal. Ladies and gentlemen, let's have a round of applause for our speakers and the debaters. As a token of their newfound friendships and mutual respect, the two participants from both schools have exchanged gifts. And now let the battle begin. Just a reminder to everyone, our debate topic is public-private partnership is the way forward for Papua New Guinea. And I'd like to call the first speaker for the affirmative team, Ms. Renee Siaguru.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Good morning, Papua New Guinea, viewers in Morobe, adjudicators, ladies and gentlemen. The topic for debate this morning is public-private partnership is the way forward for Papua New Guinea. We, the government of the day, of course, believe that public-private partnership is the way forward in bringing changes to meet the Vision 2050. I, Renee Siaguru, will define the topic and state points as to how it is the way forward based on current affairs. But before that, I have the pleasure of introducing our brilliant affirmative members. Our second speaker, Schneider Yasi, will elaborate on the social advantages. The third speaker, Anand Tikari, will analyze the economical benefits. And our final speaker, Kelvin Kalate, will summarize our team's arguments. Now, public-private partnership is the way forward for Papua New Guinea. Only when one understands precisely what it is all about, then it becomes obvious that the benefits completely outweigh the problems. Public-private partnership is precisely a method to procure and deliver infrastructure and services through cooperation between public institutions and one or more private enterprises. PPPs are about working together and team building for mutual benefits. It is about interdependence and working together to bring about better changes for the people of this nation. Its main objective is mainly to enhance infrastructure and service delivery. Now I have a couple of points to bring across. Firstly, with the Vision 2050, there are a lot of doubts as to whether Papua New Guinea will achieve all strategic plans. There will be doubts, misconceptions, and a swing of negative approaches. But let me tell you this, since independence, we have never had such a great visionary plan. When our parents were growing up, they did not know how this nation was to be led, and they did not look forward to the achievements in development. However, with the Vision 2050, setting goals and strategies to develop infrastructure and basic services to change the lives of people definitely will make young Papua New Guineans have that desire to contribute where necessary to making Papua New Guinea a truly smart, wise, fair, healthy, and happy society. Therefore, public-private partnership is another strategic approach to bringing changes to the citizens of this nation. Public-private partnership is the way forward for Papua New Guinea, because after 35 years of independence, we have had the courage to step back and reflect on our progress to set a new path for the citizens of this nation. Absolutely, PPP arrangements are not a new concept in the Pacific region. from the Pacific Private Sector Policy Brief dated on April 2008 states that Fiji and Samoa are utilizing the PPP concept. Road maintenance in Samoa in 4 years resulted in a 400% increase in productivity, and Fiji shipping services generated significant benefits to local economy at a lower cost than would have if the government had gone about it alone. Even the directive goals of the national constitution of this nation, Papua New Guinea, on the integral human development, equality and participation, national sovereignty and self-reliance, natural resources and environment, and Papua New Guinean ways can best come about through implementing public-private partnership. Secondly, throughout Papua New Guinea, there are demands for the provision of infrastructure and the upgrading of existing facilities. The government is under great pressure to improve and expand on infrastructures such as roads, education, health, etc. Yes, it is the role of the government to provide these basic services to the people. However, in some cases, the government alone is not always the best choice. In some cases, the private sector may have a comparative advantage. This simply means that the private sector can cooperate to provide a service at a lower opportunity cost than if the government were to go about it alone. PPPs help the government do more with less. Which brings me to another point. The final concept is interdependence. The philosophy of interdependence is the key and the single most vital social and economic switch in this matrimony. No man is an island anymore in this day, age, and indeed millennium. Interdependence is the bond that will make PPPs work in this modern era. In summary, we strongly believe that public-private partnership is the way forward. We, the government of the day, are confident that using the PPP modality, the private sector in Papua New Guinea can offer a dynamic and efficient way to manage infrastructure, ensuring high standards of construction and maintenance. Through PPPs, we intend to harness this dynamism so that future generations can gain the benefits of modern services, improve living standards, and reduce poverty. I know I have convinced you. Thank you.
Thank you. The first speaker for the opposing team is Joshua Kaile.
Thank you, Mistress of Ceremony, adjudicators, and the wonderful audience and the viewers, Papua New Guinea as a whole. All right, first of all, the topic says that public-private partnership is the way forward. However, as a responsible and constructive opposition, we would state the topic that public-private partnership is not the way forward with relevant arguments. Before I go into my points and base my rebuttals on the first speaker of the affirmative team, let me introduce to you my fellow speakers and myself. So first, I'm Joshua Kaile. I'll be stressing on the adverse implications of this partnership in the political sphere of this country, followed by Mr. Pokona Noairi, who will be stressing on the adverse implications of this partnership in the social perspective, and Russell Navuru, who will be emphasizing on the negative impacts of this partnership in the economic segment of our country. And finally, Mr. Luana Duri, who will be summarizing everything, giving recommendations, and wrapping up everything. That's all. Okay, back to my points. The first speaker of the affirmative team has mentioned that the government alone cannot do this improving infrastructures. All right, that's okay, but this PPP policy is a clear contradiction to the constitution of the country, because the national constitution of the country states that it stipulates equal participation by Papua New Guineans in the development of PNG. However, the PP policy contravenes that section of the constitution and encourages manipulation by the multinational corporations that spread their own government in the country. Now back to my points. Partnership in common sense is a formation of a powerful alliance. When this powerful alliance is formed, the citizens of the country do not have that a say in the decisions that will be reached by this powerful alliance. And mind you, this alliance involves multinational corporations or transnational corporations, obviously. And they are not here for an haircut. they are here to make money. Now, good thing in Papua New Guinea is you will not object any entity making money. But the concern here is whether they do it honestly and honorably. Now, transparency is the key issue here. The government of Papua New Guinea intends to follow the principles of transparency and accountability in the process and through PPC policy. How can this be effectively done when at the present we are not about millions of kina being squandered by the ministers? We only need to look at the Bougainville crisis to know what happens when people's legitimate concerns are ignored by the developers and sadly by the government. That is inevitable breaching of the concession of agreements. Now, when the leaders come in alliance with powerful multinational corporations, these are people who do not have financial boundaries and they have the power to do anything they want and they can do it. Now, it's a danger to that. If people come together and leaders serve their own interest, then it contravenes the sovereignty of the nation. According to the previous visit 2 days ago that we paid to the Parliament House, the statement in front of the Parliament House states that we are set by virtue through the Constitution that all power belongs to the people, then through their representatives. Now, I've mentioned earlier, it's a danger. If our leaders are manipulated, then it's a clear contradiction that our people's power has been abused. As a solution, let the private and public work alone, according to their own expertise, under the guideline policies of the government to see progress. We don't want delay. We must disassociate with mediocrity and procrastination. So let alone government and private sectors do their own work according to their own expertise and know their weaknesses and strength to move forward. Therefore, as a constructive opposition, we strongly believe and state that public-private partnership is not the way forward for PNG. Thank you.
Thank you, first speaker for the opposing team. I will now call upon the second speaker for the affirmative team, Mr. Schneider Yassi.
Thank you, Mr. Ceremony. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, adjudicators, and the rest of Papua New Guinea. I am the second speaker of the government, and I will be stressing points from the social perspective on PPP, public-private partnership, and how it is the way forward for Papua New Guinea. However, before I continue, I would like to rebut on a point mentioned by the first speaker of the opposition. You stated that there was no transparency. However, in December 2008, the NEC, National Executive Council, approved of the policies of PPP. Therefore, these policies make the partnership between the private sector companies and the public sector companies more transparent than you think. Secondly, you stated something like private sector companies working on their own and public sector companies working on their own. As stated by our first speaker, we do not encourage this because in our government, we might not have the necessary expertise to make and provide the services that we need. For example, the LNG project. We may have the resources and the land to make money for ourselves, but we do not have the expertise to extract and manufacture these resources. Now, moving on to my points. I have two very important points to stress to you from the social aspect.
There are many points that I would like to stress, however, these 2 points we, the government, strongly feel will help to achieve Vision 2050 and the government and the country as a whole to move forward. The first one is that public-private partnerships promote the development of our human resource and integral human development. A highly literate and numerate workforce is desirable as this plays a fundamental role in sustaining strong economic growth and social development. PNG's future success depends on the quality of its current and upcoming human resources, and with the right kind of education at the right level, we can definitely achieve the standards we want. However, ladies and gentlemen, according to the Vision 2050 booklet, PNG's youth development literacy rate at the moment is less than 64%, and numeracy standards are also very poor. This is partly because majority of the school-age children are not attending school, and mostly because standards of numeracy and literacy skills are also low due to undertrained teachers and low standards of curriculum being taught. This will definitely, and I repeat, will definitely affect our future human resources. Okay. There are other schools owned by the private companies which provide international curriculums at high standards all over the country. We can get these private educational institutions to work alongside the government to see that the same education and the standard of it is being taught to every other citizen children of Papua New Guinea. Also, to solve the problems of children not attending school, public-private partnerships can most definitely build new schools, possibly more innovative, especially tertiary institutions, to cater for the vast number of academically potential students who cannot further their educations due to the limited spaces in universities and the institutions that we have at the moment. That way, the way that I have listed, we can build a holistically strong human resource for tomorrow and with integral human development. To my second point, private-public partnership will improve the living standards of the people through improved service delivery and infrastructure. The way of life of most Papua New Guineans is very low because we lack of basic services. And this is apparent to most of us. We don't need to read it in a magazine or a newspaper. The government, the public sectors that is, joining with private sector companies, will definitely find the efficiency in providing services and improving infrastructure. And this makes private-public partnerships the way to go for the government. Through PPPs, more roads, bridges, hospitals, and learning institutions and other basic infrastructures can be built and maintained. And through these infrastructures, services such as health and education can be provided. And once such services are being provided effectively, people will have access to them. Having access means they will benefit greatly. And the more people have their needs being met through service provision and infrastructure, the greater their living standards become. In other words, they can use these services to better their lives. To conclude, we the government strongly believe that PPP is the way forward because of two main social points. It will improve our living standards and it will promote the human resource development and human integral development. With that, I would like to say that I have honestly and truly convinced you. Thank you.
Thank you, second speaker for the affirmative team. Now let's welcome the second speaker for the opposing team, Mr. Pokana Noari.
Thank you, Mistress of Ceremony, adjudicators, and the good thinking citizens of Papua New Guinea. As mentioned by the first speaker, I, Pokana Noari, is the second speaker of the opposition side. The topic in motion is that public-private partnership is the way forward for PNG. But as a constructive opposition, we strongly disagree with the topic that public-private partnership is not the way forward for Papua New Guinea. Before I move into my points, I'd like to base my rebuttals on what the affirmative team has mentioned. They mentioned something about private companies putting institutions in our land. Let me remind you that these companies, they are selective. They only think of highly skilled resources about highly skilled people. What about the rest of the people, the young youths, the rest of Papua New Guineans? We are not talking about minority. If we are trying to develop Papua New Guinea, we are looking at majority people. All right, back to my points. Public-private partnership is not the way forward for Papua New Guinea. The government makes policies. Private entities or enterprises, companies and businesses, and the government statutory bodies such as justice, health departments, and education are the people that must implement the policies that are set by the government. Therefore, the government cannot build partnership with public sectors and private sectors so to protect its indigenous people's right in their own respective lands. The idea of partnership is not a new thing. It has already existed and is still existing today. The government is continuing to encourage partnership. Let us refer back to the Bougainville copper mine. In 1988, Papua New Guinea shed blood. The main reason was that the national government ignored to review the memorandum of agreement that was called for by the landowners. Because the government established a strong partnership with the Rio Tinto company, which was the operator of the Bougainville. It failed to enforce its policies to guide and direct the company. Not only that, looking at the current issue on Ramu Nickel mine. In the internet, according to WordPress.com internet, that the main reason why the Rio people have taken steps to stop the mine was that they are protecting themselves in its monetary sense, where they are preserving the environment, they are conserving themselves, because the government too corrupt, the government is incompetent to be relied on. They are pleasing their partners and serving their partners instead of pleasing the citizens of Papua New Guinea. In the National, dated August 16, 2010, Sir Julius Chen, the governor for New Ireland, during a provincial legislative meeting council, stated that it is time, the days of bullying are over. It is time for Papua New Guineans to stand for their rights. Let me remind you, citizens of Papua New Guinea, we've been bullied so long. We've been manipulated and been extensively exploited by other companies, by foreign companies. We have our own rights. History has proven that decisions reached through partnership has caused detrimental impact in the environment. We cannot deny the fact that even the presence of this partnership cannot guarantee that this Papua New Guinea will overcome its social woes and corruptions. As a responsible and a constructive opposition, let the private entities, let the private companies and businesses and the public sector to work according to their expertise, to work independently, while the national government to enforce its policies and monitor, direct, and lead these private companies and these public sectors for the maximum benefit of the people. And as a constructive and opposition, we strongly believe that public-private partnership is not the way forward for PNG, and that is true.
Thank you, second speaker, for the opposing team. For those of who have just tuned in, you are watching the 2010 IBS National Debate Competition between Kwikkila Secondary School and Coronation College. And our debate topic is Public-Private Partnership is the way forward for Papua New Guinea. Now let's welcome the third speaker for the affirmative team, Mr. Anand Tikari.
Thank you. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, adjudicators. I'm Anand Tikari. I'll be discussing the economic aspects of the topic, private-public partnership is the way forward for Papua New Guinea. But before I do, I'd like to rebut on what the opposition said. The opposition stated that these multinational and transnational companies are only in Papua New Guinea to gain profit. But what we have to realize is by them gaining profit, the more money we pump into these transnational companies, the more money the government gets back in taxes. So we benefit. Now to my points. Papua New Guinea has experienced strong economical growth over the past years, specifically between the years 1981 to 1994 and 2003 to 2008. Despite this, infrastructure is poor and services are lacking. Infrastructure such as roads, ports, electricity, telecommunications, water, and bridges are an important condition for the fundamental growth of any nation. Now to my points. My first point is that through public-private partnership, businesses can unlock new markets. Now, private-public partnership is beneficial for both the private sector and the public sector. Now, through private-public partnership, businesses will experience an increase in revenue, and this allows them access to previously locked areas of the market. Now, the growth of businesses will help the economy because the more businesses grow, the more money that we get. I'll give you an example of coffee. Papua New Guinea has a lot of coffee, and a fair majority of this coffee is in isolated regions. Now, the problem is there are no roads and bridges into these regions. So what the government has done is through PPP, the government is using Defense Force planes to fly the coffee out of these isolated regions for the farmers, and the private companies are paying the freight, which is 1 kina per kilo, which is very cheap. And then they buy it from the farmers, and the farmers end up making a lot of money. And the businesses also make money, and then the government makes money when they get the taxes. Now, usually the farmers would have flown them out using commercial services such as Kwikkila Aviation or North Coast Aviation, but the problem with this is they charge commercial freight charges, and the thing is that simple farmers can't afford things like that, so this PPP is very helpful. But the thing is, that's only temporary until more permanent infrastructure and services can be set up. Now, if roads were set up into this region, there would be no need for government intervention, and businesses and farmers would experience a rapid growth in business. Now, roads are very important because roads have a direct link to the economic activity and quality in life in terms of the movement of people and goods. Now, tapping into the informal sector using PPP is very important because 80% of Papua New Guineans live in rural areas, and most of these people are subsistence farmers. Now, all these plans for PPP go with Vision 2050, trying to make Papua New Guinea a smart, wise, fair, happy, and healthy society. To my second point, we need PPP to develop economically. Now, as you all know, Papua New Guinea has a lot of natural resources, right? And if we tapped into these natural resources, we'd have large reserves of wealth available to us. But the problem is Papua New Guinea is a developing country, and we lack the expertise and the the financial backing to undertake in these mineral extractions. Now, I'm sure all of you know about the upcoming LNG project, which is set to kick off in the Southern Highlands in a couple of years' time. Now, through partnership with Esso Highlands, ExxonMobil, and Interoil, the Papua New Guinea government is going to extract, process, transport, and sell this valuable gas. Now, this will be a great benefit to the Papua New Guinean economy because due to the fact that there will be billions of kina in our country, it will triple our economy, and also that money can be used to develop basic services and infrastructure within the country. Another thing that's very important to us is international trade. International trade and growth is a must for a country's economical growth. Now, a lot of times the wharves in Papua New Guinea cannot cater for the increase in trade and traffic. So what the government is doing is they have given a contract to a company, Now Construction, which is a 500 million kina contract, to upgrade all the major ports in Papua New Guinea, which will make the ports able to handle the increase in trade and traffic, and that means that allow businesses to grow. Now, being able to handle this trade will go a long way for the companies and Papua New Guinea, as it will benefit our economy. In conclusion, the concepts of PPP and the whole Vision 2050 plan are not new, but are in line with the implementation of Papua New Guinea's constitutional 8-point improvement plan, which aims to improve economical development in Papua New Guinea. If we are expected to grow economically, then basic services and infrastructure are important. Through PPP, the country can improve and establish such services and infrastructure and provide us with the knowledge to carry out future projects and developments ourselves. All this is important to a strong, productive economic growth. We, the government of the day, therefore believe that PPP is the way forward for Papua New Guinea. Thank you. I know I've convinced you.
Thank you, third speaker for the affirmative team. Let's now welcome the third speaker for the opposing team, Mr. Russell Navuru.
Thank you, Mistress of Ceremony, adjudicators, audience in the IBS hall, and Papua New Guinea as a whole. I, as my first speaker has stated, am the third speaker of the opposition and will be speaking on the economical aspects of the topic at hand, which has been restated by the opposition as public and private partnership is not the way forward for PNG. Before I continue on to my points, I would like to make a quick rebuttal towards the affirmative team. The affirmative team stated that they stated something about infrastructural development. Well, let me tell you, PPP, or the Public and Private Partnership Task Force, proposed to the government to establish the PPP Center that will have the capacity to support line agencies of state-owned enterprises. But this is unnecessary, as there are already government departments with expertise who can do this. Why set up a PPP? What will the government do then if a PPP is established? This is just a duplication of what is already in place. Now, let me just inform you on why a PPP is not necessary for the country of Papua New Guinea. And the main reason is dumping. Dumping in economical terms is the introduction of unwanted low-standard goods which are produced in well-developed nations but do not meet the standards of these nations and are brought into third world countries through partnerships or through links. As we all know, Papua New Guinea is a country which is heavily dependent upon aids and loans from MNCs or TNCs, transnational corporations or multinational corporations. These organizations, these are corporate giants which do not know or do not have any political boundaries. This organization can do as they wish. Such organizations such as OSAID, the ADB, or the Asian Development Bank, the UN or the United Nations, and others which you may also think of. Because of this partnership that the government has with these organizations, the government is obliged to listen to its partners rather than think of the more development wealth of the country of Papua New Guinea. That is why we are seeing more and more low-standard, low-quality products being brought into the country of Papua New Guinea, junk, which have been dumped here in Papua New Guinea. Why is this so? This is because of public and private partnership. You see, people, because of public and private partnership, goods such as boomboxes or flashlights, gas lighters, low-quality machinery are brought into the country of Papua New Guinea, but do not last long. Therefore, we are continuing to waste our money on such products which are of low quality because of the demand at hand, which increases the inflation within the country of Papua New Guinea. Because of more demand, people tend to buy more of these products. Inflation rises. Inflation is the general price rise of goods and services. Because of this price rise, we are seeing goods in stores, in marketplaces rise. Why is this so? I know that that was a time when Papua New Guineans used to buy rice for 3 kina. Now it has increased to a total of 5 kina, 50 in some cases. Public and private partnership is not the way forward for Papua New Guinea. In relation to my point, I would like to stress on an article stated by the National in a statement by Alan Bird. He stated that the government lacked proper knowledge to run the MDG or to run the Medium Development Goals. Why did he say this? Are our parliamentarians illiterate? Of course not. Our parliamentarians are literate. It is just that they are too busy pleasing their partners that they do not see or look at the people of Papua New Guinea. They are neglected. You see, that is the problem. In resolution, I would like to state that public and private partnership is not the way forward for PNG. Instead, public and private sectors should work in complete independence with only a degree of dependency towards the government. This dependency would relate to policies. They have to abide by the policies. They have to go through the proper licensing. They have to be properly planned before they come into the country of Papua New Guinea to establish their organization. With that,
We as a constructive opposition stand firmly and stand strong and state that public and private partnership is not the way forward for PNG.
Thank you, third speaker for the opposing team. Now I'd like to call upon the fourth and final speaker for the affirmative team, Mr. Kelvin Kalate.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Good morning, Papua New Guinea, adjudicators, ladies and gentlemen. I, as the final speaker for the government side, will be summarizing my team's arguments. But before I do that, I would like to rebut on a few points mentioned by the opposition. The opposition stated that public-private partnership contradicts the Constitution. We, the government, would like to correct this statement. It does not contradict the Constitution of Papua New Guinea. It goes in line with it. The government still, through PPP, the government still has the overall control in maintaining its policy and regulations. It saves the public-private partnership to adhere to its policy and regulations. In public-private partnership, the government specifies the output, what should be done. The private sector then defines how it should be done. It is the one involved in the implementation of public-private partnership. As such, with total control of the policy and regulations, the government will make sure it fits in well with our Constitution. How can we let the government to go about providing basic services and infrastructure on their own when there are means and ways to help them not only do more, but with less? It is this kind of attitude that is causing very slow economic and social growth in our nation. This does not make any sense. All things in this world are interdependent, which brings me to another point. The final concept is interdependence. Sorry. Even the boy sellers sitting outside the gate is an example of interdependence. It becomes the private sector, and we, the public, it depends on us to achieve his needs and wants. Interdependence is the key, enabling maximized benefits. No man is an island. The public and private sector are interdependent. The private-public partnership concept only furthers and enhances it for maximized benefits. Multinational companies will not manipulate the rights of citizens of Papua New Guinea. The rights of citizens of Papua New Guinea is the most important thing to our government. As such, our government sets the policies that these companies will live to, and will make sure we set it in a standard which protects the rights of Papua New Guinea citizens. The low quality of goods that the opposition stated will come because of public-private partnership is not possible. I would like to again stress that the policy is in the hands of the government. Citizens of Papua New Guinea are the important assets of the government, and we will make sure we bring quality goods so they can hit and be able to develop socially well. Now, to summarize our arguments, we, the government, believe public-private partnership is definitely the way forward for Papua New Guinea, because firstly, it allows Papua New Guineans, citizens, to be involved in contributing meaningfully to the country's development. We cannot forever rely on the government to do everything, because our government on its own has limited resources to provide basic services and infrastructure. We must work together and try to assist ourselves for our own good. Therefore, public-private partnership is the answer, as it involves a lot more people taking ownership of their own development. It allows the government and the people to be interdependent and to assist themselves to bring development to this nation and move it forward. The government of this day has taken critical stock of our level of progress and has set a new path for our future generation. so that positive development is not ignored. It has set a visionary strategy to guide our socio-economic development, which is contained in the blueprint of the Vision 2050 document and the Papua New Guinea Development Strategy Plan 2010 to 2030. These strategies are the way forward for Papua New Guinea, and public-private partnership is one of the strategic approaches. Socially, public-private partnership improves the living standards of the people through improved services, delivery, and infrastructure. Public-private partnerships, properly planned and sequenced policies and structure enable improvement in basic service delivery through social, transport, and communication infrastructure. These improvements will in turn raise the living standard of the people. Basic infrastructure such as schools, if efficiently provided in all remote areas of Papua New Guinea, which is possible through public-private partnership, will develop a highly literate and numerate workforce, a human resource that will be well equipped to tackle the ongoing problems of Papua New Guinea and move the country forward. Economically, public-private partnership will unlock the economical potential of our valuable resources so we can develop economically. We have resources of great economic potential, but developing them solely by one partner is impossible due to the high level of risk, the lack of expertise, and financial support. Public-private partnerships, policies, and so these impossibilities are eliminated and therefore allow development of our economy. Also, public-private partnership features include risk sharing, effective service delivery, and infrastructure. These are conducive for better business operations and growth, which will result in a positive impact on our economy. To conclude, public-private partnership has been tested and proven to bring greater advantages than its ability to provide effective and quick service delivery. These advantages will enable us to move forward and definitely achieve Vision 2050. With the arguments presented by my fellow speakers, we, the government of this day, believe and can openly say that public-private partnership is the way forward for Papua New Guinea. Thank you.
Thank you, fourth speaker, for the affirmative team. And now let's welcome the fourth and final speaker for the opposing team, Mr. Junior Luana Duri.
Thank you, mistress of the ceremony, and the adjudicators, and wonderful smiling audience sitting right here in the auditorium, and right around Papua New Guinea as well. The final speaker of the constructive oppositions, as my fellow colleague have mentioned, be mainly summarized in the topic in our term, in our side, that public-private partnership is definitely not the way to go for Papua New Guinea. All right. Before I do so, I would like to do some rebuttals on what the affirmative team have mentioned about interdependence. Interdependence, now partnership is for a long term. Partnership is for a long term, and history guides us. History guides us that when you see such projects coming up, like LNG project here, we have such project in the past, mid-20th century, that promised Papua New Guinea some economic booms, employment opportunities. But right now, you are still seeking employment. People are still suffering. How can you say that public-private partnership is the way to go for Papua New Guinea when people are still suffering? And unto the expats from Papua New Guinea, now we don't have highly qualified people. We are recruiting expats from overseas. Now these experts are excessively paid
because they are highly qualified. And all the money is going to these people. We are left with nothing. And we're left with nothing. And about market booming. Market booming, ladies and gentlemen, is when there is a public-private partnership will boom the markets in our country. And our income will rise. And yet there is not enough funds to build or to shield the potholes in the corridors of Leh streets. How can you say that public-private partnership is the way to go for Papua New Guinea? Public-private partnership in constructive opposition terms is definitely not a way to go for Papua New Guinea. And now on to my summary. Partnership, although it's been proposed, its history guides us that it's been practiced in Papua New Guinea and by the government, and it has been practiced in Papua New Guinea. As a result, politicians who are policy makers, politicians who are representatives of people become financial officers because of public-private partnership. Politicians who are supposed to be providing guidelines in the country, they even become accountants. They even become managers. Now, let me tell you, 40 million kina banked in a commercial bank in Singapore. That's the example of politicians becoming accountants. When you go for ask for money, they even put their hands into the pocket and give you money straight away rather than going through several channels, going through improper channels. What is transparency? Where is transparency? Transparency, the government intends to follow the principles of transparency and accountability. But by looking at current issues, how can it be effectively done when these government representatives squandering extremely large amount of money and nothing else, just little has been done to our country? And what guarantee is there for the unsuspecting citizens of this country, that good moral ethics be followed by members in maintaining the transparency, and accountability? Public-private partnership, ladies and gentlemen, only brings us that it only encourages us to fail in enforcing the policies. It encourages us in failure in policy endorsement. Now take a look at now the current exploitation trend. The law of national constitution, the fourth goal of national constitution declares that our natural resources and environment be conserved and used for a collective benefit of us all and be replenished for future generation. The current exploitation trend has abused that. Now you teach your people that our team here says schools debates competition, developing young members, young leaders of our country. Now you develop your young members by doing away with laws. You're telling your young members not to follow the laws by current by looking at current exploitation trend. Exploitation trend coupled with natural resources and environmental laws of Papua New Guinea clearly undermines the true spirit of the fourth goal of national constitution. And in May this year, government has forced through parliament amendments, the Environment Act that gives foreign companies immunity from liability and deprives landowners' rights in respect of projects approved. We are compromising the laws. We are putting aside the laws. People have been coming up with all sorts of complaints that such exploitation trend is not good. They are losing their identity. Private-public partnerships only gives more power to private companies and private entities. Sorry. Public current when capitals from the private sector is used to fund an asset which is used to deliver outcomes of the public sector. This sector may not be ultimately owned by public. So, if I know how to build a house, if I know how to bake a scone, let me bake a scone and you build a house. Let private alone work on its own and let public alone work on its own to bring about goods and services and provide services effectively into our country. So we, as constructive oppositions, will not oppose but also proposed our alternatives for this very important strategy for developing our nation in this time of unprecedented socio-economic changes as we move on into this era. We, as constructive opposition, strongly believes and agrees that public-private partnership is not a way to go for Papua New Guinea.
Ladies and gentlemen and viewers of Papua New Guinea, these two teams would have undoubtedly put in countless hours and nights preparing for today, and I'm sure we saw and witnessed today some of our future leaders. So let's give them a huge round of applause for their courage. To Kwikkila Secondary School, thank you. Come on, crowd, let's give them a round of applause as they go for a break. And from Leh, all the way from Leh, Morbi Province, Coronation College. Whilst waiting for the judges to tally the final scores, I would like to welcome on stage our Deputy Director, Mr. Sadiq Ali, to give our vote of thanks. And after that, we will have some entertainment provided to us by the Sing Sing tribe and also Russell from Gerahu Secondary School. So ladies and gentlemen, Deputy Director for IBS, Mr. Sadiq Ali.
I would like to actually make a special thanks to following people. First one to our presenting partner Kundu 2 and NBC, and this IBS national debate competition is actually going on live. Thank you very much for your support, Kundu 2 and NBC. Our major sponsors for this event, NCDC, we would like to actually make a special thanks to the Governor, Honorable Boaz Pakap, for your kind support and the cash donations. And Air Niugini, the CEO, Mr. Vasanta Kumarasri, and Dominic Kamo, the Deputy Director, Marketing, for actually providing the transport for IBS crew and Kundu crew to Leh and return, and for the Coronation College to come and attend this national debate competition. Also, we would like to actually thank PNG Vision 2050 for their actually support, and the representative over here, he mentioned that actually they will continue to do the support, and we are waiting for that one as well. And the support sponsor of today's event, Courts, thank you very much for your support. And also, we would like to actually make a special thanks to this week educational tour program, the National Newspaper, National Museum, Parliament House, and NCDC for your actually support in for the comparating schools to actually visit those places. Also, we would like to actually thank the inter-school debate sponsors for NCD and Moravia provinces, Dalton, Remington, Supreme Industries, Courts, and Coca-Cola Leh. Also, we would like to actually make our special thanks to Coronation College Leh for hosting the Moravia event, and the Governor, Honorable Luther Wengi, for his support. Next one is the sound system, next of kin. Thank you very much for you actually providing a very good actually sound system over here. Also, I would like to actually make a special thanks to our judges here, John Iko, Hubert Kwikkila, John Sama, Peter Sindra, Dr. Sinabari, Professor Solan, Rakap, and Eswin. In spite of your busy schedules, thank you very much for actually supporting this event. And we had a lot of meetings, and they came over here a lot of times. They spent a lot of times here on this, on making this as actually the successful event. Thank you very much, judges. Most importantly, we would like to actually thank, most importantly, the participating schools, and today's the finalists, and the participating schools already participated, Leh and Central Provincial Schools, and the Moravia Provincial Schools. Thank you very much for your participation, and we would like to see you again in the next year event as well. Also, I would like to actually make a special thanks to the school teachers for your tireless effort and your guidance. Initially we had a lot of meetings with the NCD and Central Provincial School teachers. They are the one actually guided us and supported us in bringing in the rules and regulation policy, how to conduct all these things. Thank you very much, teachers, for your support. And more importantly, the participants, the school, the students, those who have participated, all the Central Province, NCD and Moravia Provincial School participants, thank you very much for participating in this event. The media, thank you very much for providing a wide focus on this IBS National School Debate Competition. Without you, it won't actually reach the normal public. Already our partners actually, Kundu 2 and NBC, they are doing this one on live. To our well-wishers, thank you for your presence and your continuous support. We would like to actually acknowledge Professor Philip Siaguru, the Vice Chancellor for University of Natural Resources, and Dr. Willie Ako. He is the Deputy Director of Office of Higher Education and representative from Department of Education, and Mr. Tipo, he is the official secretary for the Governor General of Papua New Guinea, and other guests here. Thank you very much for your continuous support. Also, actually, I would like to thank Miss Bonnie Davis and our IND team for staging this actually successful National School, IBS National School Debate Competition. Last but not least, thank you all participants for your attendance, our very own students, IBS students. Thank you very much for your attendance, and I am sure that you have actually learned something new today. Also, I would like to actually thank those whom we did not mention, and I have assisted in making this day a success. Also, we extend our appreciation to all. Thank you one and all. Thank you very much.
aluna riwade utude amuka kara 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 katiano Ali iye amika oh suna wamena ae Ali iye amika oh suna wamena ae oh suna wamena ae oh suna wamena ae. Yesu embai kalian panda anambai pelu Papua Niugini, our motherland. Together, united, we shall stand. children crying.
One love.
Hear the children crying.
One heart.
Well,
Let's get together and feel alright.
as we sing and
Give thanks and praise to the Lord, and I will feel alright.
whoa, 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 whoa. Let the man pass all the dirty remarks.
One love.
There is one question I'd really like to ask.
One heart.
Is there a place for the hopeless sinners who has hurt all mankind just to save his own? Believe me,
One love.
what about the one heart?
One heart.
What about
Let's get together and feel alright.
Can you hear the children crying?
One love.
Hear the children crying.
One heart.
Alright.
Let's get together and feel alright.
'Cause we're singing,
Give thanks and praise to the Lord, and I will feel alright.
Love, yeah. One love in the heart, one without the love. Lord up at the sky above, I said we. I wanna together we love and treat the others wrong. Don't discriminate, that's all. Be loving and doing that. Some men have to like him and making it good. No, there's the God of all praise. The message to bring the peace and make it a blessing. You won't be tasting your answer is kingdom and reach to the blessing. Whatever you're facing, in this crazy world, it is a full of raising. No difference between one life equal for you to a blessing. This world, no
Sing
better
with
place.
me.
Love, yeah.
One love.
what about the one heart?
One heart.
What about
Let's get together and feel alright.
as it was in the beginning?
One love.
So shall it be in the end.
One heart.
Whoa.
Let's get together and feel alright.
'Cause we sing and
Give thanks and praise to the Lord, and I will feel alright.
thank you.
Applause, ladies and gentlemen. Sing Sing Tribe. I'd like to now call upon Russell. Please let's make Russell welcome. He's coming all the way from Gerahu Secondary School. It's Leonidas, I believe. Yeah? Okay, so it's Leonidas and Russell.
Hello? Test. This is Caveman. PNG rep. Sing drop. I have a special presentation. What? Did you hear something? Did you hear something? I thought I heard something. I could swear it was coming from right here. Who are you?
Leonidas.
Leonidas? What kind of a name is Leonidas?
Look at you, caveman.
Cave. Look, if you have something to say it on the floor.
Okay, then let's battle. Let's see what you got.
Bring it. Not bad. Let's see if I can come up with something.
Not bad. See what you can do about this.
Okay. Maybe I can do it. Maybe I can. We're just gonna have to find out, right? Whoa, brother got some moves, bro.
Yeah,
you got
you
some
got that,
moves.
right?
Put it here, bro. I'm the best, bro. I'm the best.
Yo, hold on, dog. I'm the best.
Judging from this,
Oh yeah? Let's see what you can do about this. Well, looks like it has been proven. I am the best. All I gotta do is just kick it. Yo, what the? Hold on, son.
what?
You know
what?
how fast you're going right there?
Not really. Pretty slow, actually.
Oh, 2,000 miles per hour, man.
2,000 miles? What? Officer, come on. You can't be serious.
Well, you're in a lot of shit. You're in a lot of trouble now. So.
Well, is there anything I can do to get out of this, sir?
Well, there's maybe one thing you can do. Just put some money right in here, right there,
Okay.
right there. Yeah, it's right there.
Maybe I got some little...
Oh.
Here, just for your troubles, you know?
What the? Wait, hold on. What do you think I am? Some kind of $2 hooker?
I didn't say that.
Well, if you ain't gonna pay up, then I'm just gonna have to beat it out of you.
Come on, officer, come on. You can't do this to me. Oh, my face.
Damn right.
Stomach.
Well, I'm the best. So, all I gotta do is just break it down.
And that concludes our presentation.
The Governor of NCD, Honorable Post Backup, the Director of IBS, and all the distinguished guests, honorable people in here. Been a teacher from Kwikkila Secondary, and bringing my school all the way to this competition, starting with the NCD competition up to now the national championships. We have really appreciated it. It has helped us in many ways. As a rural school, you all know, we had our own problems. Just a little summary. At times when we were on our way down here to take part in the debates, we would have our breakfast on the way, in the bus, because of time factor. We would try to get here before the city schools, and we did. Many of the city schools would come late, we would come early. And then I'd like to thank our principal for that. Without a principal, we wouldn't have come to that way. But we did manage. As a result, we got through here. I have a very good, brilliant group of boys. Although we wanted the girls to be with us, but they were too shy to debate up in school. Who knows, probably the rural setting, the mentality is still there. Men first, women second, I don't know. But we gave them the opportunity, they refused to take part. The experiences we're going through this week, again, thanks to Vani, the students had a lot of learning that had taken place throughout the week, going through the parliament, the museum, and everywhere else. Thank you, IBS, for that setup. And finally, thank you, everyone. Thank you, Coronation College from Ley, for coming over here. And at the same time, thank you for being good friends with us up at the 11 Mile compound. Our kids will finish swimming at around 11 o'clock. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Gogo. I'd also like to request the principal of Coronation College, Mr. Vincent Buge, to come up and say a few words.
Thank you very much. Good day, everyone. First of all, I would like to congratulate both schools for making it this far. You deserve all the applause. Secondly, to the IBS management, Mrs. Davis and the crew and the management of IBS for coming up with such a wonderful theme or debate that kids will use to argue constructive arguments to move this country forward. Thank you, IBS. Word of thanks to the two schools. At the background, you see the teachers are the ones that made it happen for these kids. They give them encouragement, give them advice, tell them not to scratch their head or whatever. So thank you very much, the teachers of the two schools. I know you are the last people to sleep at night. Thank you very much. And normally, we are from outside of Mosby, as people say, Port Old City. And it is a very good learning experience for the kids here. And I'm sure they will share with the peers when they get back. And we'll give them whole assembly to talk about it. But before I go down, I would like to make presentation, sorry to waste your time, but this presentation as a token of appreciation to our opponents, who say? No, not opponents, friends. First of all, I would like to present to the principal of Kwikkila Secondary. Thank you. Thank you. Not forgetting the two teachers who didn't sleep at night at all. Two gentlemen, please make your way so I can do a presentation. Thank you. Sorry, they're asking the two ladies from Coronation to come up so they can exchange. So we'll invite the two ladies from Coronation. Thank you. All right, thank you. Just for the high input and work efforts put in by the IBS, I'm sorry I cannot distribute all the t-shirts that I have here, but to people who have worked to assist the kids in coming up here for the debate. First of all, to the person running the show, Vani Davis. Now, nothing is possible if this person didn't give the okay, the director of the institution, Mr. Nades. The person who made this event happen, the mistress of ceremony. Thank you for this afternoon. And finally, to the governor. Governor, sorry, this is nothing but as a token of appreciation from Coronation for your time here. Thank you, Governor. All right, thank you, Thomas, and we'll see you people next year, same time, same place.
Thank you, Mr. Buge. I think the judges are just about tallying up. Before we do the presentation of certificates and announce the winners, I'd like to call Dr. Sinabara from NRI to give the judges' remarks.
Honorable Governor of NCD, Director of IBS, Mr. Nadas, students and staff from the respective participating schools and the supporting schools, I never wanted to be a judge. And the reason is very simple. It's the most difficult task. That's why you can see, although you may be sitting at the back, the judge is sitting in the front. We're sweating not because of the heat from this building, but trying to make the fair judgment on what is happening from the different presentations, from the very highly and well-researched, well-documented, well-argued cases for each of these two debating teams. You will agree with me. You will agree with me that in my first remark, the task of being a judge is even more complicated when you get a very high level of debate such as this. Even the governor will agree that he probably has never seen such a debate at the floor of Parliament. I had a first task of having debate or participated in debate when I was in school. When I was in grade 8, we had a grade 8 parliament in which I was the prime minister. And my opposition leader then is now current member for Henganofi, who is still in opposition in parliament. I couldn't make it to the government side in the national parliament, but I can tell you the quality of debate that is going on here, if anything, this is the level of intelligence, the level of arguments that are well developed, well argued, well presented, well convinced, makes the job of the judge difficult, but also creating a new generation of political leaders that you will see the level of debate will be raised to an even higher level when this level of debate comes in, when this level of intelligent students come onto the leadership ranks and make it into our different levels of government or even in bureaucracy. You will get very strong, intelligent leaders. I can tell you, that is no doubt about it. When we talk about Vision 2050, projecting a good leadership, we are already making leaders now in this very exercise. To the debating team, the participants on the affirmative and the opponents, opposition, I think you are all winners. From the level of debate that you have argued your case, rebutted, I can tell you, you are the winners. Why? In the first place, you made the debating team to come to the national competition. That in itself makes you the winner anyway. The fact that you've been arguing and debating on national TV, which is televised nationwide, is in itself a winner. Your arguments have been very convincing. Debates like this have to come alive in all areas of our government, forums, something that is missing, but I'm happy that it is now being revived through IBS initiative. And all the supporters, all the sponsors giving this, you are supporting, you are sponsoring a worthy cause. I've already seen, students doing research in their own ways, reading, learning, arguing. This is very important. the most difficult attributes, some of which our governor has alluded to. He will agree with me, the audience, that this research and attitudes, leaders' attitudes and attributes have been displayed by the different speakers. I can't list all of them, but the idea of presentation skill, presenting to the public, arguing your case without being personal, I think that's very important. We've seen arguments taken onto the streets. That may be using our negative energy, but the positive energy is through the use of formal debates like this. So, on behalf of the judges who have been put under this immense task, I would like to thank the organizing committee for giving us the opportunity to exercise some of our judgment skills, which we have captured through our numerical annotation and representation, and which I believe it is being tallied up in the background somewhere, even without our influencing. Although each of the individual judges have got a criteria to which we've marked, and it is as best the judges perceive as presented by the individual speakers from the debating team. So what you will get when the announcement on the total results or total mark is announced, it will be the collective judgment of the judges. So with that remark, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much.
Thank you, Dr. Sinabar. We'd like to announce the prizes for the winner. The winner of today's inaugural national debate competition will become the ambassadors for PNG Vision 2050. They will also take home with them that inaugural shield, that big shield that's on stage with them. And all participants today will also receive certificates of achievements. As IBS sponsorship, each speaker today, each of the 8 speakers will be receiving a 5,000 kina scholarship for each speaker, and as part of our sponsorship towards this program. And also, we should put a big round of applause also to Courts PNG, who have come in with consolation prizes for all teams as well. So thank you to Courts.
Whoa, na 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 na. So because of them, and Tommy Gates round 9. Girl, you're looking pretty and you know you're so fine. What you doing to me's just like fine wine, getting much sweeter as me pass by the time. Well, it gets me when you're looking at me bedroom eye, and you want me slowly rub you on the thighs. Oh, give me the hug, give me the morning ride. Anything you want me do, I'll abide. All your secrets I will confine. Only you and me will know the time. Come, me love the way we touch and caress. It's a shame for me fi unbutton your dress. Give me the hug, give me the morning ride. Anything you want me do, I'll abide. All your secrets I will confine. Only you and me will know the time.
Morning a ride, Florina in a vat. Flower in the sunny cause me feeling so tired. Me so into you and I'm me feeling so blue. Rolling over bed make me feeling so groove. Me and him making sweetest loving on bed, yeah. Baby like honey on the tree full of buzz, yeah. When me give it to you tender love, baby, you know that you will always get it every time from me. No lie, no cheat, no hate. Me saying the truth, your defects of me lifetimes to break through, to get through. To be true, baby, this starting from bed is the morning ride, yeah, boy.
Come, me love the way we touch and caress. It's a shame for me fi unbutton your dress. Give me the hug, give me the morning ride. Anything you want me do, I'll abide. All your secrets I will confine. Only you and me will know the time. Come, me love the way we touch and caress. It's a shame for me fi unbutton your dress. Give me the hug, give me the morning ride. Anything you want me to, I'll abide. All your secrets I will confine. Only you and me will know the time. Whoa, na 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 na, yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
I feel it in my fingers. I feel it in my toes. I see it in the wind. It's everywhere I go. So if you really love me, come on and let it show. Oh, you know I love you, I always will. My mind's made up by the way that I feel. There's no beginning, there'll be no end. 'Cause on my love, you can depend. I see your face before me as I lay on my bed. I need someone to love me, and I know you will care. I need someone beside me in everything I do. Oh, yeah. You know I love you, I always will. My mind's made up by the way that I feel. There's no beginning, there'll be no end. 'Cause on my love, you can depend. It's written in the wind, oh, everywhere I go. So if you really love me, love me, love me, girl, come on and let it show. Oh, yeah. Come on and let it show. Come on and let it show. Thank you. Ooh.
saying I love you. It's not the words I want to hear from you. It's not that I don't want you not to say, but if you only knew how easy it would be to show me how you feel. More than words is all you have to do to make it real. Then you wouldn't have to say that you love me, 'cause I'm already know. What would you do if my heart was torn in two? More than words to show you feel that your love for me is real. What would you say if I took those words away? Then you wouldn't have to do just by saying I love you. More than words. La di da da di da di da di da. More than words. Thank you.
Thank you, Sing Sing Tribe. Let's give them a big round of applause. Okay, before the governor announced the winners, if we can have the schools come back on stage. So from the Port Moresby champions, Kwikkila Secondary School. Can you come up on stage? That's Joshua Kaile, Pokana Noari, Russell Navuru, Junior Luana Duri, and the reserve speaker is Yamo Oreal. And the lay champions, Coronation College, can join us on stage as well. Renee Siaguru, Schneider Yasi, Anand Tikari, Kelvin Kalate, and the reserve speakers, Vanessa Natera and Fatai Malolo.
All right, thank you. Thank you, Mistress of Ceremony. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, people in the audience all around the nation, the moment we've been waiting for. I'm pleased and honored to announce the winner of the school debate competition and also the young ambassadors for Vision 2050 for the first time this year. The winner is Kwikkila Secondary School. Let me, on behalf of everybody, congratulate the winners, the first time winners of this second year competition. Let me thank all the adjudicators, the judges at a difficult time. The scores are very close. I think only 1 or 2 points separating the two teams. But both of them, as Dr. Sanabare has already advised us around the nation, both of them are winners. Everybody should be proud. Family should be proud. Our schools should be proud. The teachers should be proud. And all the peers back in their school, their colleagues, should be proud. They've done us very, very well today, and I want to congratulate them on behalf of all our city residents. Thank you. Oh. And let me also have the privilege and honor of awarding the shield. This is shield to the winning side, Kwikkila Secondary School. The runners-up, Coronation Secondary School also have some consolation prize. I believe you all will agree with me that they debated very well, researched very well, very good presentation. Give a big hand for Coronation Secondary School. Against all the backdrop of Lay City, as we all know, they've done us very proud today. Yeah. Thank you, Coronation Secondary School.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's put our hands for both schools, Kwikkila and Coronation College. It has been a tough week. Congratulations to both teams.
All right. On behalf of our school, Kwikkila, and our friends, Coronation from Lay, we'd like to thank IBS and our teachers who are at the back of us, and our principals who have supported one way or the other. Thank you for them. Above all, thank God for all the things that He has done to make this come about. You know, this morning when I woke up, I told my friends, it doesn't take the mind power to get us up there. It's God who knows it, and all we have to do is submit to Him. So, my encouragement to those out there, don't underestimate yourself. As a leader in the school, I always tell my friends at assemblies, tell them, believe in yourself that you can do it. Because our fear is not that we are inadequate. Our fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. Thank you.
Just on behalf of Coronation College, we'd like to thank IBS for giving us this opportunity to debate. And we'd like to thank everyone who supported us back in Lay and all our teachers for helping us. And I'd like to congratulate Kwikkila again. And this has been a very good experience. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, that also brings us to the end of the program. And on behalf of the team at IBS, we hope you enjoyed it as much as we did. And we look forward to seeing you again for the 2011 debate competitions. Have a great weekend.